right, welcome to Mud to the Subs. First of all, let's thank God for the blessing of a brand new day and the opportunity to once again enhance self. God could have made your whole life one sunrise and one sunset, but he chose to break it down. So no matter how dark it has been, today you have been blessed with the light of another day. And today we got a guy that needs no introduction. We got Mecca Unique on here. He's the founder of Mecca Audio Podcast. He's the author of his own biography. He's a public speaker, a community leader, and is CEO of his own film company. Welcome, Mecca, man. We're glad to have you on the show.
All right, can I get a round of applause? Yeah, I got to ask for my own round of applause in Philly.
You deserve it.
You know, thank you. It's nice being down here, man, but, you know, it's a pleasure being here. And, you know, let's keep it moving. What was the question?
Absolutely. Well, the first question I want to talk about is, I know you grew up in New York, the son of immigrants. That's got to be a challenge. Tell us a little bit about growing up, your story from the mud.
All right. You know, like I said, when I got off the plane, you know, it was real hard. I learned to fight, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Real early, you know, because the foreign kids, that's what we called y'all up here then, the foreigners. We call y'all foreigners, you know? So we be like, the foreigners, you know, they laughing at us because we ain't got no lotion. But we didn't need lotion in Jamaica. We didn't need deodorant because we had the natural sun, you know, the melanin hitting in us. So my skin always was a beautiful chocolate, you know. And then I come a foreigner, and then now I go outside. I come here in January, and I go outside, and my skin turning white, you know.
Ashy, basically.
I ain't know what it was. I'm scared to death. Like, what's that? You know, so by the time I done looked at it, I go to school, they laughing at me. I get up late for school. I just throw my shoes on, don't throw no socks on, because I wasn't wearing no socks in Jamaica. You know what I mean? I wasn't even wearing no shoes in Jamaica.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So mom said, man, come on, put your stuff on. You know to put your shoes on in America. It's cold out there, so you want to keep your feet warm.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know the importance of the socks when you're coming up here at 8 years old.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you throw your joint on, go out there, now the back of your ankle all white, they laughing at you, and you know what I mean? Someone even stepped on the back of my ashy ankle, man, and it pissed me off so bad, I beat him almost in a coma at 8. That's what it felt like.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was just so mad, you know? But all that made me into who I am, but it kind of made me angry, and then from growing up in Jamaica, to give you one, you know, my grandfather, you know, we had to eat our own animals, and we grew our own fruits, vegetables, so it wasn't like, you know, of course we go to the market like everybody else, but certain things was grown in the yard. So we had like chickens, and we had, you know, I'm playing with the chicken on Monday, and then on Sunday, my grandfather telling me, you know what I mean, holding his neck out like this, telling me to chop his neck off with a big machete in my hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is at 7 years old. I'm like, yo, but that's the little homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and I'm sitting there like, I don't want to do it. He telling me like, you know, my grandfather never put his hands on us. He just gave you that look like, what did I tell you? You know what I mean?
You better do it.
There you go. And as I said that put me in a frame of mind of like peer pressure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like as parents, we don't know that we're pressuring our kids when we give them those looks.
Yeah.
Like, you better do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, when they go out in the street, dudes say, man, you better shoot this dude. You know what I mean? You better play lookout. You better carry this pack. You better do that. And they give you that look like, I'm going to whoop you if you don't. You got 5 menacing dudes behind them. All that just came in the frame of mind from thinking of my grandfather giving me that look like, man, just chop the chicken head off so we can eat dinner already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he said it just as cold-hearted, like, you know, as that. So that's what, you know, kind of like desensitized me. I learned all this from being in prison, you know, during the 26 years. I took 3,500 hours of psychological training to understand why I was screwed up.
Hold on, stop. Say that again. You took how many?
I took 3,500 hours of psychological training to find out why I was screwed up.
Wow. Just so people clear, it's only 40 hours in a work week. The man took 3,500. That's strong.
Yeah, and I did 26 years. So you add that up, that wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Because then I also became a certified electrician, certified plumber, certified HVAC and refrigeration, certified mechanic, and I'm a culinary arts cook.
Wow, because
with my serve safe. You know?
We were talking about that because we understand experience. You experienced the ultimate mud story. We talk about the mud coming from the hood, coming from New York, but you was in the ultimate mud story. Not only did you do 26 years in prison, this man also did time in Supermax. Am I correct?
Exactly.
And it has that name for a reason, I'm sure.
Yo, but that was the best part of my bid, man. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It just seemed like one long day.
Yeah.
But everything that I accumulated is like compressed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I had 18 months in. I'm with a dude, named Owens L. This dude been locked up 18 years in Marion, and when I meet him in ADX, he talking to me through the window, and if you close your eyes, you think you're listening to Farrakhan talk. He sounds just like Farrakhan, his voice, his mannerism, everything.
Right.
Because for 18 years, he sat in the cell listening to Minister Louis Farrakhan on those tapes. So when he talk, he sounds like, everything like him. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
So the point that I'm making is that, I was around, men, I was around Ray Luke Lassiter.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Ray Luke Lassiter, he was down at the Black Panthers with Mud2 Shakur, where they was robbing banks to fund the Black Panther Party, to fund saving the blacks. He was a French white man. You know what I mean?
Wow.
These are the things I learned from in Supermax.
And you accomplished some things, and not to cut you off, but you accomplished like a lot of stuff while you was in jail all those years, right?
Is you listening to me, man?
Man, no, what else did you accomplish?
Did you hear what I just said? I became all these certified this, certified that. You said, what else did I accomplish? You go in there and accomplish any one of that. Must have saw them things out. Yo, who am I talking to? You better check yourself. You ain't never been to jail, huh?
I've never been to jail.
I can tell right there from that question.
Well, I'm not embarrassed about that.
No. There's nothing to be embarrassed
I'm a
about.
grown man.
Stop.
I ain't been to jail.
Now, let me say
Hopefully
this.
I never go.
Let me say this. You're the smart one. I'm the dumb one.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight. Never will I belittle anybody or try and check anybody because they ain't been to jail. You the smart one. I screwed up. I should have followed in your footsteps. But instead, like I said, if you listen to my story when they run this back, I'm giving you something I don't give nobody because I'm in here with Muslims. So I'm giving y'all the real so that the kids understand and y'all understand how we here and why we here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I mentioned about coming to this country fighting, everything is already calculated in my head because I'm playing chess with this interview so I get in, out, and give you all the jewels you need and go find another bag. We don't need to sit here eating cookies for 2 hours. I'm paid, you getting your interview. Now just listen, run the tape back, and get these jewels. When I came up and I was fighting, you understand what I'm saying? I'm fighting people because they hit my shoes at 7. I'm fighting every day from them laughing at me. You understand what I'm saying? Because me I talk Jamaican. You understand? Me skin them shit. You understand what I said? Because me now wearing the socks from my foot, me I have no deodorant on. You know, all them things. You understand? So me have to learn to fight. So I became a warrior, man, like the warrior you getting through this mic. I know them watching this know what I'm talking about. I'm giving you the warrior me so you understand what this is. And that's why I recognize, and it's no disrespect to you, that you've never been in prison, because in my world, there's a million of me. And if you would have said that you've been to prison or tried to play tough, this or that, you would have been the one that would have been fooled, because the real men could smell when you ain't been through hell.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's a pleasure to smell you. Because not often do I get around men, you understand, that smell clean. You understand? Because we all dirty, my nigga.
Mm-hmm. So list the things you said you accomplished there again?
I became a certified electrician.
Okay.
Certified culinary arts. Certified HVAC and refrigeration. Okay. Certified mechanic. You know what I mean? And I got 3,500 hours of psychological training to understand what I just broke down to you without being angry and wanting to bring violence to you, because I'm lost at where we at, because you're living in your world, I'm living in my world.
Absolutely.
But we walking on the same ground. But I know when I walk near you, I'm going to respect you for who you are. That's why I got a thing on my channel when I said I don't like the rat bastards and I give the gunshots.
What's a rat bad? You talking about a snitch?
I'm talking about a snitch that don't admit he a snitch.
Okay.
You snitching, that's one thing. If you weak and you want to snitch, you do you. You got to live with that label that you snitch. If you comfortable knowing you snitch, you do you. You know what I mean? That's you. You know, so, but don't sit there and say, I never tell. You know, like I see the little young boy doing in that little Dirk thing that, you know, I'm stand up man, I never did. That's what you call a rat bastard, because he infiltrated. Just say you're a rat so we know how to deal with you. Right. Just say you never been to prison so I know how to deal with you.
Yeah.
That's why I toned it down, because I didn't want you to take anything as a disrespect, because I'm aggressive, I'm direct, I'm to the point, I'm a warrior.
That's what's up. I'm a warrior too. I just never went to jail.
Yeah, and that's the point that I'm making.
Yeah,
Give me that. That's the point that I'm making.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? That we don't have to go to jail to be a warrior.
Yeah.
You've been out here surviving. You got the same thing I got before I even got it. I'm telling you, you're the smart one. Let's get that straight.
Inshallah.
So all y'all out there watching, don't try and be like me. Be like this. Because this is going to keep you out here. Because when you try and be like me and you go to jail and you leave your baby mama out here and your car out here and this out here and that out here, they're going to take it and then bring it to him. You know what I mean? So,
you can feel your story by talking. So, I mean, and a lot of things you accomplished in there. How did you even stay focused? Because a lot of people go to jail and don't get no degrees. They don't take no hours. They don't get nothing accomplished.
That's the point.
How did you get so much accomplished during that amount of time and staying focused in that type of situation? How did you even do that?
Because when I got sentenced, right? Like I watched the Young Thug trial yesterday, and I seen the dudes pleading guilty, and I seen when they asked them if they had anything to say, they all went through their childhood, how hard it was. Picture me telling this story to a jury and a judge about my life to them and expect them to understand me. And then I knew that they were sentencing me for 330 kilos of crack cocaine, which is automatically life. So when it was my chance to say something, instead of sitting there telling them I had a hard life, it's been this, it's been that, I just asked them to send me someplace closer to home so I could further my education, so something come down the pike later on, I could come home and be a better man to society and be a better citizen and start a YouTube and come on Mud2TheSubs. You know what I mean?
All right, cool.
But now, let me finish. I'm riding, my I'm
Go ahead, go ahead and ride. Go ahead and ride, Mecca.
Can I ride?
Please,
all right.
Ride.
My trigger, that's what I'm talking about. Check. So now, from me doing that, right, and getting an understanding of, that it's so hard because so many different trials and tribulations is going to put before us in like many different roads. All these is a road. Maybe one would lead to happiness and the rest would lead to happiness, but you got to go through a lot of hell. Or you get the happiness first, and then you got to do 26 years of hell in prison. So it's not worth it to really get out there and think that you getting over on the system, because what you get today could be gone tomorrow. Perfect example, look at Diddy. But like I said, I'm riding, so I'm all over the place. You don't know where I'm at right now. You're not supposed to know where I'm at. I'm giving you the best show you ever gonna get, right? So now I'm gonna go back to where I'm at, because I never forget anything. I just wanted to make sure that your thoughts are working with me so that we could do this thing proper. Now, back to Young Thug. When I stood in front of the judge and I asked him to send me someplace closer to home, I was already playing chess in my head like I'm playing chess with this interview by knowing what I'm going to say so that I could keep your people engaged to get y'all the views. But this is what the bag is about. Now, while I'm sitting in there and I said that to him, I'm already thinking, okay, so I done told him 20 years down the line. And then here goes the Honorable Donald Trump running for president right now. You know what I mean? He comes in office and it's 20-something years, 25 years down the line. And then he said that if you could show that you're self-rehabilitated, that you're capable of getting out on what they call a compassionate release for dudes that took the time when they didn't have to do what I've done. But I knew that day was coming. I didn't know who was going to be the one to sign it in, but I knew that they had to come in and figure out a way to let us old timers out, because I knew by the time I got out, I'll be old, but I wanted to make sure I was one of them to get out, because I had a life. Natural life with no chance of parole plus 20 years. So I wasn't supposed to be a part of none of that. You understand what I'm saying? I just figured out a way to get into it by starting from my sentencing. So when Donald Trump did that, I sent a letter back to the judge and said, remember, I stood in front of you 25 years ago, and I made you a promise that if you sent me closer to home, I'll better myself, boo, 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 And he sat there and he took that and he wrote back in his order, you honored your word and bettered yourself, and now I'm going to honor my word and release you to your aged mother so you could go home and be a better man.
There's a lot of people out there, that's facing similar situations, facing a lot of temptations because you got put in jail. You said you got caught with 330 keys. What kind of advice would you give those people?
That it ain't worth it. I had 30 cars. I had all the women. I had all the jewels. I'm taking airplanes like they're taxis. You know what I mean? Going to different states and been out the country. Done did all of that.
Right.
And then they put me in a cell for 26 years, where when I went in, my daughter was 18 months. And when I come home, she's 27.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I missed from 18 months to 27. How do you get that back? Anybody watching this, tell me, how is that worth it?
Wow, I got a question for you. So in our religion, you're Muslim, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that you can't just apologize to Allah. If you do something, you got to apologize to the person as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you put a lot of poison on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you did the time you did.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of poison. So what do you feel like you're doing now to cause true redemption? Because you can't just apologize. What are you doing to give back to the community? So hopefully you're not punished for every single person that put the drugs in their body. What are you doing about that?
First of all, the first thing I said when I got in front of any camera, and I'll say it again, and I've said it a number of times, but obviously you ain't been watching, so we're going to say it again so you can hear it. I let the people know that I apologize for poisoning my community. I did what I knew was right for me because I was being selfish, and all I cared about was getting the bag, because the environment that I grew up in, that's the way I survive. I don't care about the next person. I don't care if you live or die. All I care about is getting my money to my family. And this is how real it is on the street. That's why I tell the kids, don't do it. It's not worth it, because I don't want you to be callous like me and ain't got no feelings. You know, my brother got shot twice to the head, and that don't even move me. He was a casualty of war. I'm telling you something real. And y'all look up my case. Like I said, you can look me up anytime. My mother got kidnapped, tied up, pistol whipped, you know? And as soon as she got her hands free, the people that helped her told me I call the police. She said, no, call my son. We don't deal with the police. If you want to be hard like that, keep doing what you're doing. They got a cell for you and 26 years for you. They got 26 years for you. When I went through Atlanta, because I'm riding right now. I'm riding for you. We're going to ride right now, right? When I went through Atlanta, right, because I'm related to Marcus Garvey. When I went through Atlanta, and they took me as a holdover through the Atlanta USP penitentiary, and I went in there, I felt the chill my whole time in my body. I felt Marcus in me. I never even revealed this story to nobody, but I'm just in my zone right now. I felt the chill that you'll never believe, man. And then when I looked around, the whole prison was being ran by blacks. Black guard, black counselor, black warden, black this, black that. And that was the worst prison I was ever in my life, was Atlanta USP, that they got the black people running, man. It hurt me to my heart. I had to sleep on the top bunk because they got rats running on the floor. And you ask them for disinfectant to clean the floor, and they say, we'll be right back. Next thing you know, they coming back on their next shift the next day. And they're going to tell you, oh, I ain't forget your homie. And we got rats running around. All we need is the disinfectant that they give them to give us to clean the floor so the rats don't have the sticky stuff to go eat. But I felt Marcus in me, and I just sat back and I said, this is what you was talking about. This is what you call a house trigger. You know what I mean? Now I got it. And all these little steps that I went through in life, I knew that everything was that road that I told you. I took a lot of roads and got a lot of riches way down here. And then it cost me way up here at the top of every road that I went down. Selling drugs, getting locked up in the feds, going to ADX. All these are roads, but I chose them because subconsciously I was trying to be a warrior, because I didn't have the things you had to look at. Like I didn't have a plumber next to me. And if a dude was a plumber, he was getting laughed at. Oh, he a plumber. Dude working on a garbage truck, oh, he a garbage man. This the era I came from. We thought I'm beneath all that, but same people saying they didn't even got a job, you know? But this is what America was back then, and me coming from another country watching this. You understand what I'm saying? I fell right into it. That I ain't gonna be no plumber. That's like now they say I ain't gonna work at McDonald's. Back then they say I ain't gonna be no plumber. I ain't gonna be no garbage man. I ain't gonna work in no McDonald's. I ain't gonna work in no Wawa's. But then people from another country come and take the job, and then now it's a problem, you know? But opportunities is here now that wasn't there then. But to go back to your question, because like I said, I'm riding right now, right? To get back to your question. What I'll tell the people is that I apologize from my heart, and I know you feel it because ain't nothing fake sitting in this chair. And that's why I'm trying to give back by doing my podcast to talk directly to you, to let you know the struggles I've been through. So hopefully you be smart enough to say, man, I'm not trying to go down that road with that dumbass. You know what I mean? And it's working because I got my phone right here. I went out and bought a brand new iPhone. It's a 15 to have the people be able to call me on this number. And they call me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. It don't bother me. If I'm up, I hear it, I answer it. If I'm asleep, no problem. I'm not gonna say, oh, call me 9 to 5. Oh, no. You never know when somebody going through it. I had some of the craziest calls at 2, 3 in the morning. Stopped a few suicides with this phone 2, 3 in the morning. So that's what I'm doing.
Man, listen, it's a powerful interview. I want to say that you made a choice, though. You made a choice to better your life. You made a choice to come out of that. To educate you, though, you said you didn't have what I had. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you made your choice when you got to prison. Mm-hmm. Some people made their choice before they went to prison. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, we all made a choice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It don't mean we don't come from the same area. But I'm proud of you, man. Congratulations. You got to answer the last question every show. Mm-hmm. If you were to give people three things that they need to take themselves from mud to the subs, what advice would you give to people?
Honesty, loyalty, and honor.
Honesty, loyalty, and honor. I love it. Hey, listen, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hold on. Is this somebody calling now? We're going to do this just for you. Watch this.
Throw it on. Let's see what it is.
All right. Hello?
Hey, Unique. How are you?
How you doing?
My phone.
You got my cash app, right?
Nah, who's this?
This from DC. I talked to you and your son a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you I'm from DC, and I told you when I got some money, I was going to send you something. Mm-hmm. I sent you a cash app last night. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And what? You ain't got to say it on here. I'll call you back and get it. I'm doing a show over here in Philly now, and the dude. Nah, you good. We recording this. Check it out, right? Dude had the nerve to ask me, what have I done to give back to the people
Saeed.
since I've been out?
Saeed,
excuse me. You know, Saeed asked me, what have I done? You know what I mean? Dude, just a figure of speech. I'm from Harlem. Okay. At least I ain't call you son, done.
Okay.
All right? Yeah.
So, all right, what haven't you done? You are doing. You are giving back. That's why we support your channel. That's why we love you. That's why we feel your heart through the screen. Mm-hmm. You are giving back. You're making people or helping people realize that it don't have to go this way. Mm. So, I mean, even with Young Thug and the things that just went on, he stood 10 toes down. He didn't testify. He took all of that, and it made me see him. I already love him on a level that I appreciate Pac and 50, but I appreciate him even more now for the things he did. And you need keep up the good work. Mm-hmm. You are doing an excellent job. I was just calling you because I was looking at the Nicki Minaj thing.
Well, we ain't gonna get into that on my man Saeed's show. I'm gonna call you back.
I'm on Saeed's show. Oh, sorry.
Say hi to Saeed. I'm on my man's show. I told you we doing the joint, so I'm blessing them, letting them see what I'm doing. Cause this dude just cold disrespected me, man. He cold disrespected me, man. Well, I'm from the mud to the subs too, so I could take it. He gonna ask me, what am I doing? What more better could you get than this? Somebody calling in randomly to tell you what I'm doing, and you questioning a God.
Well, you the what?
A God, a man. I mean, God-like. Yeah.
Oh, inshallah. We'll do that, but I got you. And listen, you heard it best. What's her name? Get her name.
Ask her, talk to her.
How you doing, Miss Lady? What's your name?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for calling in. It was a pleasure speaking to you. I need you to go to Mud2TheSubs.
There you go.
And follow us, because at the end of the day, all of us may have different starts, but we all got the same journey, which is we're going to die, and we're trying to do the best we can for the people until we do. So in that light, at the same time, me and Mecca is on the same page. All right?
There you go. All the time.
All right. Thanks for Mud2TheSubs. Mud2TheSubs. All right? All right.
Do me a favor.
Yes, ma'am.
Respect my man. Don't come at him like that.
Nah, it's all love. He understand that.
I know, but I'm just letting you know.
All right.
You got a real fan right here. Did he laugh?
Stay down, and I got Mud. I'm going on there, and I appreciate y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
Much love you need.
All right.
All right, young lady. You ain't funny.
All right.
All right. That's what's up, man.
You know
how we ended. Thanks for coming on our show. That's our story, and we sticking to it.
Hello. You need home care services for yourself or a loved one, but you don't know where to begin. If you don't want to wait in a long line to the welfare office, or hire someone to do the work for you, or you're just tired of the runaround, please allow Mecca Care to help you. Call now, 215-644-8341. 215-644-8341.